Today, I want to guide you to a moment of calm, of encounter, of peace. No matter where you are right now, at home, at work, on the bus, in your room, sitting on your bed, or even lying down trying to rest, this moment is for you. It's a time of care, of comfort, of hope. A time to take a deep breath and allow God to touch areas that may be hurt, tired, or forgotten within your heart. I want you to imagine yourself in the presence of Jesus for a few minutes. Don't worry about creating a perfect image. Just think of him close to you. Imagine him approaching with a gaze full of love, without haste, without demands, without expectations. A gaze that understands you, that knows what you've been through, that recognizes every tear that fell unseen, every long night, every internal battle that no one noticed. He knows everything, and yet he loves you deeply. Psalm 30 begins by saying, "I will exalt you, Lord, because you have delivered me." And perhaps you're thinking, "But Lord, what have you saved me from?" Think about it for a moment. How many times have you faced moments that seemed impossible? How many situations, looking back now, do you see that could have ended differently, much worse? How many times have you said, "Something much worse almost happened"? Well, that almost was God's intervention. There are things God has saved you from that you've realized, but there are many others you'll never know about. Small detours, delays that annoyed you, meetings that didn't happen, people who left your life, opportunities that didn't come when you wanted them. All of this often was protection. God was watching over you, even when it seemed like he was denying you something. And now, in this moment of prayer, Jesus draws near and says to your heart, "My son, I have seen you. I have followed every step of your path. I know you try to be strong, even when you are tired. I know you try to smile, even with a heavy heart. I know you try to move forward, even when you feel you have no more strength. And that is why I am here." How many times have you tried to handle everything alone? How many times have you felt like someone who has to carry an enormous weight without being able to stop? How many times have you pretended everything was okay just to avoid worrying those you love? Jesus understands this struggle. He knows how much it has worn you down. And he calls you to rest in him, to let go of some of what you are carrying, to allow him to take care of what you can no longer manage. The psalmist continues saying, "Lord my God, I cried out to you and you healed me." This is one of the strongest parts of Psalm 30 because it reveals a simple yet profound truth. God heals. But healing is not just physical. The healing that God offers reaches places that no medicine, no conversation, no human embrace can reach. Do you know what those places are inside you? Do you know what wounds are still there? Those silent pains, those difficult memories, those hurtful words, those losses that left scars. The Lord is saying to your heart, "I will heal what no one sees. I will heal what you can't even put into words." Sometimes all you can say is, "Lord, help me." And God understands, because he knows not only your words, but what you feel even before you can speak. How many times have you thought you wouldn't be able to take it anymore? How many times have you felt like you've reached your limit? How many times have you thought, "I don't have the strength for this anymore"? And yet, you are here. You endured. You survived days you thought you wouldn't. That's not weakness, that's strength. A strength that didn't just come from you. It came from God's hand sustaining you even when you didn't realize it. The psalm also says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." We all have nights. Maybe your night is an emotional struggle. Maybe it's worrying about someone in your family. Maybe it's an old pain that keeps coming back. Maybe it's fear of the future or sadness over something you've lost. But God reminds you, the night doesn't last forever. Darkness is not eternal. The pain is not permanent. Joy will come. The light will come. A new beginning will come. Jesus is looking at you now and saying, "I will not let your life end in the night. I have a sunrise for you, and it will come in due time." Understand this. The sunrise doesn't depend on your effort. The sun doesn't rise because you wake up early. It rises because God ordained that light conquer darkness. In the same way, God ordained that joy conquer your sadness in due time. But perhaps you're wondering, when, Lord? I've waited so long. I've cried so much, I've fought so much, I've tried so much. When will my morning come? And Jesus, with all his love, responds to his heart, at the right time, I will turn your night into day. Not before, so that you may learn to trust. Not after, so that you may not suffer more than necessary, but at the exact time. Now, take a deep breath. Let your soul find peace. Let God's presence touch your heart. Jesus continues to tell you, I am with you, not just when you feel it, not just when everything is going well. I am with you every day, on the days you pray fervently, and on the days you can only sigh, on the days you have hope, and on the days you only have tears. I am here. I have never left you. Think for a moment. What would your life be like today if God had given up on you at the moment you wanted to give up on everything? What would your journey have been like if he hadn't held you when you stumbled? What would your heart be like if he hadn't reached you back then? God sustained you. God protected you. God lifted you up. God gave you life. And now in this video, he is rekindling the flame of hope within you. You are not alone. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. The night may have been long, but morning is coming. And this is just the first part of what God wants to show you today. Now that you have opened your heart to God, I want you to continue in this same posture of surrender and sincerity. This is a rare, precious moment where you allow Jesus to find you exactly as you are, with your strengths and weaknesses, your victories and fears, your joys, and also what you try to hide from others. Psalm 30 continues to remind us how God transforms bad situations into testimonies. The psalmist says, "You delivered my soul from Sheol. You preserved me from going down to the pit." This is a powerful statement, but it doesn't only refer to physical death. It speaks of moments when the soul seems to sink, moments when the heart feels trapped, suffocated, with no way out. Have you ever experienced something like this? Have you ever felt like you were at the bottom of an emotional well? Have you ever had the feeling that no one would understand what you were going through? Or that silent thought, if I disappeared now, maybe no one would notice. Jesus knows those inner shadows. He knows what you've silently faced. He knows the battles you fought without telling anyone. He knows the strength you needed to not give up. And it is precisely because he knows all this that he tells you now, I pulled you out of the darkness. I preserved you. I put a limit on the suffering so that it wouldn't destroy you. I held you when you thought you had nothing left. You might be thinking, but I'm still in pain. So why didn't God take it all away at once? Because some pains are windows. They allow us to see parts of ourselves that need healing, and they bring us closer to God. Some wounds, when touched by the Holy Spirit, reveal fears you've hidden for a long time. And Jesus knows that if he were to remove the pain without addressing the root cause, you would continue carrying a burden that doesn't belong to you. He doesn't want you to just survive. He wants you to live a full life. And fulfillment is not the absence of struggle. Fulfillment is knowing that, even while struggling, you are not alone. The psalmist continues, "Sing to the Lord, you who are his saints, and celebrate the memory of his holiness." But perhaps you're thinking, how can I sing, Lord, when my heart is so weary? How can I express my gratitude when I'm still waiting for answers? How can I celebrate if I'm still afraid? And Jesus responds to her heart with all gentleness, "You don't need to sing because everything is perfect. Sing because I am with you. Sing because I am faithful. Sing, for I am working, even when you don't see it." It's easy to praise when everything is going well. It's difficult to praise in the middle of the night, but it's precisely this kind of praise that has the purest fragrance. It's not a praise of victory. It's a praise of trust, a silent declaration saying, Lord, even without understanding, I trust. Perhaps you are in a waiting period. Perhaps you are asking for a door that has not yet opened, for a cure that has not yet arrived, for a miracle that seems distant. But waiting doesn't mean abandonment. Sometimes God hides you for a while to protect you. He prepares you away from people's eyes to later honor you in public. He works in silence to later show you something you never imagined. Jesus is saying now, Son, wait a little longer. I haven't forgotten what I promised. I haven't forgotten what you asked me while crying. I haven't forgotten the day you said you couldn't take it anymore. I heard, I saw, and I'm already acting. Think about how many times you believed all was lost, and then something suddenly changed. A word, a sign, the right person at the right time. That wasn't a coincidence. It was divine care. Psalm 30 also speaks of times when the heart feels too secure and thinks that nothing will go wrong. The psalmist says, I used to say in my prosperity, I will never be shaken. But then he realizes that when God withdraws his hand, even for a moment, everything falls apart. Perhaps you've already experienced something like this. A moment when everything was going well, and suddenly, without warning, a storm arose. Difficult news, an unexpected loss, a situation that spiraled out of control. And in those moments you realized that you can't walk alone. Not because you are weak, but because no one was created to live life without God. And Jesus says to your heart, I never wanted you to do everything alone. You don't need to prove anything to me. You don't need to pretend to be strong. You don't need to hide your pain. I am your refuge. How many times have you put on a smile just to avoid worrying someone? How many times have you answered, I'm fine, when everything inside you was falling apart? How many times have you wanted to ask for help, but held back because you thought you would be bothering someone? Jesus is calling you to a place of rest, where you can be true to yourself, where you don't need to demonstrate a strength you don't possess, where you can simply breathe and say, Lord, take care of me. And He takes care. Not just anyway, no rush, not superficially, but with depth, with delicacy, with love. Now allow yourself to go back in time a little. Try to remember times when you cried before God. It may have been a quick prayer, a desperate plea, a silent thought, or even a simple glance at the sky. Remember that feeling of being on the edge, and yet feeling that something was holding you up. That force was God. That peace was God. That calm amidst the chaos, that was God. The psalmist says, To you, Lord, I cried out. To the Lord I pleaded for mercy. And perhaps this is the most honest prayer anyone can offer. Lord, have mercy on me. And God always has, even when you make a mistake, even when you walk away, even when you doubt, even when you feel unworthy. God's love does not depend on your perfection. He loves you because He is love, and this love is the most constant thing in His life. Now Jesus looks at you and says, I haven't given up on you. I haven't walked away from you. I haven't changed my plans because of your failures. I'm still here. I'm still working. I'm still loving you. And that is why He brought you to this moment. Because He wants to restore what has been broken. He wants to heal what hurts. He wants to calm down what's bothering you. He wants to give His soul rest. Take one more deep breath. Let His presence enter. Let your defenses fall. Just feel that you are not alone. Feel like someone is holding you. Feel that there is hope. Not a weak hope, but a firm hope, planted by God. What God has begun in your life, He will complete. And the night you're living through won't last forever. This is the promise of the God who loves you. And this is only the second part of what He wants to show you today. Now that you have walked this path of surrender, I want to lead you even deeper into this encounter with God. Imagine Jesus sitting beside you in silence, looking at you with love. He is not in a hurry. He is not too busy. He is not distant. He is there, so close that you could feel His presence if you could touch Him with your heart. Psalm 30 says something very important. You turned my mourning into dancing. You took off my sackcloth and clothed me with joy. This is one of the most beautiful promises in the Bible. But perhaps upon hearing this, you think, Lord, I still don't see that joy. I still feel fear, sadness, anguish. How can the Lord transform all of this into dancing? And Jesus calmly answers his heart. Son, I don't expect you to be smiling right now. I expect you to have faith. Joy doesn't arrive suddenly like a leap. It grows little by little, like the light breaking through the darkness of dawn. Perhaps your joy is being born now. Perhaps you don't realize it yet, but God is moving things within you, healing wounds, reorganizing your feelings, and returning what pain has stolen. Emotional healing isn't always an instant miracle. Sometimes it's a process that Jesus is closely monitoring. Think about how many times you faced storms that seemed endless, but you survived. Think about how many times you thought you were going to completely lose control, but God held you back. Think about how many nights you cried, and yet woke up the next morning with a strength you can't explain. This is God taking off your sackcloth and clothing you in joy. It's not a superficial joy. It's not a forced smile. It's a joy that is born in the soul, that springs forth even on difficult days, that makes you get up even when tired, that makes you believe even without seeing. Now, I want you to think about something. How many things have you missed out on because of fear? How many times have you stayed silent because you felt your voice wasn't enough? How many times have you given up before even trying because you believed you weren't capable? God doesn't want to see you living in fear. He didn't create you to live in hiding. He didn't form you to live without brilliance. He breathed life into you so that you might live with purpose. And perhaps up until now, life has hurt you so much that you've come to believe you don't deserve good things. But Jesus is telling you now, with all sweetness, I want to lift you up. I want to see you strong. I want to see you walking without fear. I want to see you living what I have prepared for you. And do you know why? Because there is something too precious within you to be buried. You possess gifts, talents, and dreams that God placed within you for a reason. You are not a mistake. You are not here by chance. You are irreplaceable. You are a unique work created by the hands of the Creator. Perhaps you've been through situations that made you doubt your worth, words that hurt, rejections that left deep scars, losses that shattered their confidence, failures that made you believe you weren't good enough. But Jesus knows each of these wounds, and he looks at you now not with judgment but with compassion. He sees beyond his falls. He sees beyond his insecurities. He sees beyond his own worries. He sees you like no one else does. The psalmist in his sorrow cried out to God, asking the Lord not to let him descend into the abyss. And God heard him. Likewise, God is listening to your prayer. Perhaps your prayer is silent. Perhaps she's shy. Perhaps it's just a thought. Perhaps it's a sigh. But God hears even what you can't say. There are times when the soul grows weary. Tired of waiting, tired of trying, tired of carrying everything. I'm tired of being too strong for too long. And perhaps you've reached that point. But Jesus is calling you today to rest in his arms. He tells you, you don't need to prove your strength. Here, you can be weak. Here you can cry. Here you can fall apart, because I will hold you. What hurts the heart the most is not the pain. It's feeling alone in it. It's thinking that nobody understands. It's thinking that nobody cares. But God cares more than you can imagine, and he is reminding you now, I saw every tear you shed. None of your suffering went unnoticed. I was there when you felt abandoned. I was there when you saw no way out. I was there when you held back your tears so as not to worry anyone. I was there when you, alone, said you couldn't take it anymore. I was always close. Imagine Jesus extending his hand and saying, I will lift you up. But I need you to give me your hand. Don't fight alone. Don't carry this pain alone. I am here, trust me. Now reflect, what do you need to let go of today to allow God to heal you? What fear do you need to be free from? What past do you need to surrender? What guilt do you need to let go of? What loss do you need to place on the altar? Jesus doesn't force anything. He doesn't invade. He doesn't force it. It heals when you allow it. It restores when you surrender. He transforms when you open your heart. And perhaps God has already begun this transformation within you right now. Because you are listening to His voice, because you are letting Him touch sensitive areas, because you are allowing Him to bring light where there was once shadow. Now think, what has God already transformed in your life? What has He already taken from you? What has He already delivered you from? How many times have you thought it was the end, and it wasn't? Psalm 30 is a testament to transformation. It begins with pain, goes through crisis, and ends with joy. It's a journey just like yours. God is writing something beautiful in your story. Even if right now you only see disconnected fragments, even if nothing makes sense right now, even if all you see right now is pain. But Jesus tells you, wait, I'm not finished yet. What I'm doing is bigger than you imagine. And this process will take you to a lighter, deeper, and more peaceful place. In the end, you'll look back and say, it was God. Only He could have done this. Take another breath. Let His presence envelop you. Allow the healing process to begin to complete. Let your soul rest. And if you prepare, now that you've come this far, I want you to take one more deep breath. Close your eyes if possible. Imagine that everything around you has become silent. Imagine that the world has disappeared for a moment and that only you exist and Jesus. Nothing else matters now. There are no demands. There is no burden. There are no expectations, only His presence. The presence that heals, that calms, that strengthens. Psalm 30 ends with one of the most beautiful and powerful verses, that my soul may sing praises to you and not be silent. Lord my God, I will praise you forever. This is the end of a psalm that began with pain, went through anguish, traversed despair, confronted fear, and ended in praise. This means that God does not waste suffering. Everything you've experienced, everything really, will be transformed into a testimony. Perhaps you are still in the midst of your struggle. Perhaps your story is still in the painful part. Perhaps you are asking, Lord, when will this end? But Jesus answers you now with all tenderness. Son, your story doesn't end where it hurts. I'm still writing, and I write faithfully. How many times have you said you couldn't do it? How many times have you thought you were going to fall and never get up again? How many times have you been afraid of the future because the present was too heavy? But you've made it this far. This is not human strength. That's grace. That is mercy. This is God carrying you when you no longer had the strength to walk. Now I want you to think about something very special. What do you hope God will restore in your life? Which area needs a fresh start? What dream did you abandon because you thought it was impossible? What risk were you too afraid to take? Which of God's promises seems too far away? Jesus is calling you today to start over. It doesn't matter if you tried before and failed. It doesn't matter if you've distanced yourself. It doesn't matter if you made mistakes. It doesn't matter if you got lost along the way. It doesn't matter if you fell. He is here to lift you up. Jesus says to your heart, I am the God of new beginnings. I make all things new. I restore what has been broken. I bring back joy. I bring back courage. I bring back brilliance. I bring back hope. Believe this, the hope you thought had died, God is resurrecting it now. The encouragement you thought you'd never have again, God is giving it back to you. The peace that seemed impossible is arriving like a gentle breeze upon your heart. But to experience all of this, there's an invitation. Don't be silent. That's what the psalmist says. God is calling you not to silence your soul, so as not to silence their faith, so as not to silence their voice, so as not to hide what He is doing. How many times have you kept everything to yourself because you thought no one would understand? How many times have you held back your pain because you didn't want to worry anyone? How many times have you shut yourself off because you were afraid of being judged? God is calling you to open your heart with Him and also with the people He will place in your path. Don't carry everything alone. Don't live in isolation. Don't try to be too strong. The Bible says that when one falls, the other lifts him up. But to be lifted up, you need to allow someone to see you fall. Now, think about something profound. How many times have you asked God to give you a sign? How many times have you said, "Lord, talk to me"? How many times have you asked Him to show you a way, and now He's doing it? Through this prayer, through these words, through what you are feeling in your heart. Don't ignore this. Don't doubt it. Don't underestimate this. The voice of God is gentle yet clear, and right now she's saying, "I am with you. Do not be afraid. I will help you." Psalm 30 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." This is one of the best-known promises, but also one of the most profound. This doesn't just mean that the sadness will pass. It means that sadness has its limits. God has placed a limit on suffering. The night cannot last forever. The early morning hours are not eternal. Pain does not have final authority. Joy is the destiny of those who trust in God, and perhaps today you are experiencing a long night, an emotional night, a spiritual night, a night filled with doubts and fears. But God is saying, your morning is coming. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the dark, light always wins, always. And the light of God is touching your life now. Now I want to lead you in a final prayer. It is not a prayer full of difficult words. It is a simple, sincere prayer, like a son or daughter running into the arms of their father. If you can, repeat it in your heart or in a low voice. Lord Jesus, I now surrender everything that weighs me down. I surrender my pain, my fears, my doubts. I deliver what I cannot understand. I give up what hurts me. I hand over what worries me. I place my whole life before you. Heal what needs to be healed. Restore what was broken. Bring joy back to my heart. It strengthens my faith. And teach me to trust in you every day. Lord, turn my mourning into dancing. Take the weight of the past off my shoulders, and it clothes me with new joy. I declare that my life is yours, and I will praise you forever. Now take one more deep breath. Feel the peace that is coming over you. It is a divine peace, a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, a peace that fills the heart and calms the soul. You are not alone. You've never been there. God is in control of your story. And what He has for you is greater, better, and deeper than you can imagine. May this prayer end here. May God's presence continue to be with you during the day, during the night, and throughout all stages of your life. God bless you, and may your morning, the morning that God promised, arrive with strength, light, and joy. Amen.